Wow, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. Almost a year, in fact. That's mainly because my big E3 video got screwed up in editing, and I haven't really had anything to say about the other directs. But I have plenty of things to say about this direct, so let's just jump right into it. We started off with the 3DS, where a whole 5 games were announced. Yeah, it really goes to show how much Nintendo's supporting that system, huh? We got what I think's the first WarioWare game in a while, as well as a new Dylan game, neither of which I really have anything to say about. I mean, I guess I could make a furry joke about the Dylan game because of the whole feature with the Miis, but I can't think of anything. We also got Detective Pikachu, which I thought was going to look really kiddie, but actually looks really funny.
Quick attack! How was that? Did I do it?
Probably won't get it, but hey, something, something, something. We also got 2 remakes to games I really like. One I'm considering getting, and one that I'm probably not going to get. There's the Bowser's Inside Story remake, which is the one I'm not getting, even though it is a remake of my second favorite game of all time. Now, why is that? Well, to start off with, it would provide no advantage to me accessibility-wise because I have it on the DS in my 3DS case, and since the 3DS is backwards compatible, I can just play it on the 3DS just with the DS cartridge. Also, with the visuals, I actually prefer the visual style in the original game over what we see in the remake, except for the giant Bowser battles. I'll admit, those look better. And I know that there's also the added campaign, but let me let you in on a little secret. I got the Superstar Saga remake, and I have yet to even touch it. Also, I find it pretty funny that they skipped Partners in Time. Just goes to show what fans think of that game, huh? And then there was also the Luigi's Mansion remake, which leaves me saying, oh, why couldn't this be on the Switch? I barely ever use my 3DS anymore, and thanks to the graphical capabilities of the 3DS, the remake actually looks worse than the original. However, I still might get it, because it would be on a more convenient platform for me to play, and that boss rush mode definitely does look enticing. Then we got Star Allies, which introduced that DDD, Meta Knight, and Bandana Waddle Dee are going to be in the game, as well as characters from some other Kirby games. And the one that really caught me off guard, Marx. Really? He's a playable character? You do know what he did, right? He was a villain, and I mean like a serious villain, not like DDD, who's a villain in name only. I gotta say, the features they're adding into Star Allies do look really good, but I'm still not sure if I'm going to get it. I mean, I was underwhelmed by the past few Kirby games, and I really don't want to be let down again. I mean, I guess I'll get it if people say it's really good, but at the same time, people said that about Planet Robobot, and I didn't like that one that much either. And then there's the remake of Okami, which I'm probably not going to get. Mainly because I just bought Okami HD on Steam, and I don't really feel the need to buy it again. Okami's not really the kind of game that I feel you need to have portable. Plus, with the brush controls, they really don't seem that good to me. Touch controls without a stylus will probably just make me feel like I'm smudging up the screen. And as for motion controls, well, anyone who's played the Wii version of Okami knows why red flags are going off in my head when I hear that the brush is going to be done by motion controls. Next up, there's this sushi game. I have no interest in getting it, but it just seemed really weird. And honestly, the premise reminded me of some of the dialogue in Pepsi Man. And we finally got some gameplay from No More Heroes: The Return of Travis Touchdown. Now, we can see that it has a top-down perspective, which, admittedly, I don't really like. But hey, it's No More Heroes. It's probably going to be good. Plus, the varying art styles of these different levels do look interesting. Then there was more info on Dark Souls, and I do think that it's pretty cool that Dark Souls is able to run on the Switch. I'm definitely not going to play it, because judging from the difficulty, not my thing. However, one line did catch my eye.
A world wrought with despair and hope.
Holy crap, it's a crossover with Danganronpa! I'm kidding, of course. Although, that joke I just made probably isn't as funny as the amiibo for this game. I mean, seriously, that looks really goofy. I mean, come on, I'm not the only one who thinks it looks ridiculous, right? Please don't kill me in the comments. Then we got more info on Mario Tennis Aces, which I wasn't really excited for because, you know, it's Mario Tennis. but I was surprised by just how much strategy they worked into it. And hey, if I ever wanted to play a tennis game, I would probably pick this one. Also, the chain chomp holding a tennis racket. I'm sorry, that's just friggin' hilarious. Then we got info on the new Captain Toad treasure track report, and that got me thinking. We've pretty much got every single major Nintendo game from the Wii U ported or given a sequel on the Switch. All we need now, I think, are Super Mario Maker, Mario 3D World, and Pikmin 3. I think everything else has already been covered. I mean, I think the closest thing to a big Nintendo title from the Wii U that's not being covered on the Switch is the Wonderful 101. And even then, that was a second-party title, and it sold like garbage. And then, we got a quadruple punch of insanity when it came to unexpected Switch ports. First off was Undertale, which kinda surprised me, as it struck me more as a PC thing, but then again, I did hear earlier that it was also going to be ported to the PS4. I might pick it up again. It would be nice to play the game now that the hype around it has seriously died down. Not to mention, it's a game that feels like it would really work well on a handheld. Then there was the Crash and Sane Trilogy, which kinda made my brain explode. I mean, Crash was always the big PlayStation exclusive, and now he's on a Nintendo system. Guess that goes to show how much Sony cares about him. While I do think it's really cool that Crash got ported to the Switch, I'm personally not going to buy it. I've played a bit of Crash Bandicoot and never was really able to get into it. Then they announced Little Nightmares, which is a game that I really wanted to like, but just couldn't get into when I played it on Steam. I might get the Switch port though, because I ended up getting way more into the Binding of Isaac when I played it on Switch than I did on my computer, so maybe the same will be true for Little Nightmares. Okay, what's the fourth of these ports? I swear, I've seen the other three, I'm ready for anything.
South Park is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Oh no, really? Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy about this. I'm just very conflicted as to whether or not I should get it. For those of you who saw my favorite games of 2017, you would know that I really like this game. In fact, it's in my top 10 favorite games of all time. And the whole time I was playing it on Steam, I was wishing that I had it on the Switch, because I think it would be even more fun to be able to play portably rather than being restricted to my PC. But at the same time, I just played through it on my PC, so I'm not sure if I should get it on the Switch. And then DLC complicates things further, because I already have it bought on my PC, so I would want to play it out on there, but would I also want to get it on the Switch for when I decide to replay it? But yeah, I think I will get it. That way I can more easily replay it the next time I want to. And then there's the Splatoon 2 update. At first it's kind of boring. Oh boy, new costumes, new weapons. That's clearly not something that like every update's given us. But then we get the DLC. What's this? New single player levels? More lore revealed about the world of Splatoon? The ability to play as Octolings? Sign me up! What's that? It's $20? I don't care, I'm still getting it! And then we get the final announcement. Now, I really don't want to sound braggadocious, especially considering the fact that I didn't do a reaction video, so I have no physical proof of this, but I wasn't as caught off guard as everyone else was. I saw the footage of the Inklings and I thought, well, they just went over more info for Splatoon 2, so it's not going to be for that game, and it's not going to be a port of the original because that would be stupid and redundant. And I was jokingly thinking to myself, are they making a Splatoon movie? And then it went black and I'm thinking, this is Smash Brothers, isn't it? And then I see the Smash symbol in Inkling Girl's eye and I'm thinking, yep, I was right! The thing that I'm surprised and genuinely impressed by is the fact that it's coming out this year. I mean, I'm just looking back to how long the hype cycle was for the last game. I'm surprised that they're getting this game out this quickly between the release date and when it was announced, because let's face it, 7 months is pretty much the maximum it can take for this game to come out. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the newest Nintendo Direct. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your thoughts on it were. I'm DeFoffalizer, and I will see you in the next video.